Hey guys, Mike here. So today I'm here to talk to you about Crawl. In this review I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler free. However, if you want to know anything about the film and you want to go in completely blind, then I suggest come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
Come on, you son of a bitch!
So Crawl stars Kaya Scodelario as Haley, who you may remember from the Maze Runner franchise. The movie also stars Barry Pepper as Dave, who you may remember from Saving Private Ryan and The Green Mile. So in Crawl, just after Haley has finished practicing for the swimming team, she gets a call from her sister asking if she's heard from her dad. Haley says no, so her sister asks her, can you just go check on him to see if he's okay? Simple, right? It would be if there wasn't a Category 5 hurricane about to hit where she's supposed to be looking. But you know, ignoring all safety procedures and pretty much ignoring all advice to not go where she wants to go, she decides to go there anyway. So Haley goes in the house trying to find her dad. She does find her dad, and you know, she tries to get him out because he's injured and he's pretty much like probably close to death. So she tries to get him out, and wouldn't you know, alligators attack. So now the two of them must survive the alligators long enough for help to arrive and for them to get out alive. And so we have Crawl. So, I had no idea that I'd be seeing Crawl because this was part of a secret screening where they don't tell you what the movie is until you actually start to watch the movie. And you know, I was quite excited about seeing this one because I'd heard decent things about it. Well, first of all, this movie is really well acted. I mean, these two put in brilliant performances despite what this movie actually is. And they've shown in their previous work that they are definitely good actors and they definitely do lend their talents to this movie. Unfortunately though, near enough everything else in this movie is completely ridiculous. So if you thought you were going to be watching, say, a survival thriller like, say, Castaway or 127 Hours, then you'd be a little bit disappointed because this movie is a lot more like 47 Meters Below, where it's definitely tense and exciting for the most part, but you can't exactly use it as a realistic portrayal of survival. Because there are certainly points where the characters make sensible survival decisions, but there are other points where they're just so completely stupid that you'd wonder how they didn't die just walking up the stairs or something. Like for example, at one point Haley needs to get her phone and she needs to cross the safety point in order to get it. So Haley gets her phone, and what does she do? Does she go back to the safety point so she can then make the call in safety? No. She decides to get the phone, stay exactly where she is exposed, and try and call someone. You just think, like, how are you not already dead? Though, to be honest, I think these two figured out that they are pretty much indestructible. Because other people, when they get attacked by the alligators, they're pretty much dead instantly. There's nothing they can do. They are just pretty much wiped out. Whereas these two, they get bitten so many times in pretty much fatal conditions that they should really be dead, but somehow they survive it and they just consider it more of a flesh wound than anything else.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've had worse.
And this could have actually been a good movie to show how you can survive an alligator attack or how you can prevent being attacked by an alligator in the first place. But obviously the best way to not be attacked by an alligator is don't go anywhere near an alligator, or don't go anywhere near where an alligator might be in a Class 5 or Category 5 hurricane. Because I remember watching this interview with Bear Grylls where he was talking about how accurate movies are with their survival techniques. And he talks about this one from Crocodile Dundee where Dundee actually tries to put a knife inside a crocodile's head, but he shows that it is really, really difficult to do. And I don't know if alligators have the same skull density, but if they do, the way that these characters actually pierce their heads at certain points is completely ridiculous because they haven't got enough motion in order to do it. They're not using the right tools, or if anything, like any tool that can really kind of do any damage to them, but yet they somehow still manage to do it anyway. And also as well, this movie has plenty of jump scares. And like I've said before, jump scares are just some of the most lame things in movies. Despite the fact that every single one gets you, and the tension that is created before the jump scare is definitely effective, I just can't stand jump scares. They're just completely lame and just really overused. And as well, I'd say another issue is that this movie just kind of ends. I wouldn't say exactly what the ending is, but it doesn't really have much of a wrap-up. It just kind of, like, does one thing and then it's just over, and I'm like, well, that's pretty abrupt, but okay. Overall, guys, this movie was kind of a mixed bag, because while it is well acted and it is exciting for the most part, it is very dumb and definitely not something you would use to show how you would survive these situations. Because if any of these things that happen to these characters happen to you in real life, you're dead 10 times over. But now, As for whether or not you guys should go and see it, even though I did kind of enjoy this one, and it was, for the most part, definitely interesting, I would probably say that you shouldn't really go see this one, because this movie is not exactly original, it doesn't do anything new, and while the acting definitely does hold it up, there is really not enough for me to tell you to go see this one. While not completely awful, it's not one you should exactly rush out to go see. Okay guys, that's my review of Crawl. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite animals attacks movie? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!